Welcome to Midweek Medicine, where you are the medicine. And this week we're talking to Joe Riley at YesU, and I'm Alice on Substack. And we're talking about emotions today. We're talking about how we're feeling, the energies. I don't know about you, but it's been pretty wild where we are, and in different parts of the world, but same. So it's really interesting to notice how connected we are with energy and what's going on a global scale, because so much change is going on. And wherever we are, we're feeling it. So over to you, Joe. How are you? How's your energy going?
So first of all, as you can see, I'm sitting in a car. I've just had to walk out of a meeting quickly so that I to excuse myself to be here with everyone. Firstly, I just want to welcome Jimmy, Michael. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. Let us know where you're checking in from. So how am I feeling? Wow, I feel like I like someone has strapped me into a really wild roller coaster ride. I think there's just a lot going on as a collective, and because we are all connected consciously, we are feeling everything that's happening, and in this very moment we are experiencing a massive shift. A lot of us are ascending. We are really starting to move into what it's going to be like to live a different way of living. And that's why so many things are shifting. The old structures are all falling apart. The old way of working, the old ways of doing stuff are no longer. So people are just trying to find their way. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And, as I said to Alice earlier, I was just like, I feel like our energetic bodies, our spiritual bodies have already started, they're much ascended already into a much higher state of consciousness, but our physical bodies are still trying to recalibrate. And because we've been in such a dense energy for 3D for so long, that it's quite hard for all of us to move together. So we've been very pulled and pushed at the moment. So yeah, there's a lot of emotions coming through. There's a lot of old wounds coming up. There's a lot of feeling discombobulated and not really knowing why at the moment.
So it's like, how can we manage, or how do we manage, or how can we manage maybe better this transformational time, this time where things are surprising us. We're having these deep emotions that don't feel like they're ours. And, we're feeling a lot. It's affecting our sleep. It's affecting our work. It's affecting everything. It's affecting you having Wi-Fi at home. All these things that are sort of, I guess we could say they're obstacles that are sort of blocking. But it's like, for me, I'm just like, just allowing it to happen. And just because we can't be in control at this time. And as much as we like to control our days and our Wi-Fi, whatever's going on for us, sometimes we don't have control. So it's really, for me, I'm just really slowing down and not having any expectations on myself to complete things, promote things, or whatever I'm supposed to be doing. If I can remember what I'm doing. It's just really having to stop. Like yesterday, I went into nature and it was amazing, waterfalls and just really beauty, so much beauty. And I did a little bit of singing around. I saw some cave doors and just like really sort of tuning into yourself. And it's like, what can bring me some peace and quiet in this moment? How can I regulate my nervous system, like by going out in nature and, taking a day off from your regular, controlled environment, what you're supposed to be doing and getting things done. No, we've just got to sort of change our way a bit and be flexible with how we're feeling. Because actually, if you work on a day like this, you're not going to get anything done anyway, because
well, not if you're feeling discombobulated. If your energy's all over the place, like one minute you might have this burst of emotion that comes through and you just want to cry. There's no reason, nothing's actually happened. It's just this release of an energy moving through the body. You might all of a sudden just feel super happy and alive. We're going through so many different energetic frequencies at the moment that I think, it's just, we've got to really check in with ourselves, and we have to, it's really important, like you said, to keep grounded, go into nature, take time out just to be able to have a bit of peace and quiet. in your
Yeah.
life, because it's really, this is a very important time for that, because we are being affected by so much as a collective that we do need to find space for ourselves,
Yeah.
even if
And
it's 5-10 minutes.
time has speeded up. I noticed the last month, a day seems to be half a day. I mean, everything is speeding up. So we're sort of in this washing machine of this movement. And what we could usually do in a day is taking us several days to do or something. It's like time has really speeded up. And I don't know if other people feel that, but I definitely feel time has speeded up. Days have shortened. And although, like you say, I have loads of creative ideas and I'm, doing this, but then sometimes it's just like, it's just too much. And just have to
And also,
take a break.
I think it's important, like when you say you have so many creative ideas some days, is take note of them, make a note of them, because then at least you've got it there and you can go back to it when you're feeling like, okay, I'm in my creative flow. Because also when you're trying to do something, when we've got so many energies and so many emotions and so many things moving through us all day, every day, it's very hard to create from that. And you want to create when you are in your creative flow. So it's good just to take note, make a note of these things, voice records, send voice notes, whatever it is, and then come back to them when you're in that space and you're feeling grounded and connected and in that flow, to then do the work.
I've got hundreds of reminders. And it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Besides, obviously, practical things that we're doing anyway. But
exactly.
Definitely write them down and know that, if they're meant to be completed, you will, time will come and you'll be able to take that time to do them. But it's we really do have to take some breaths at this time. And I was doing some humming yesterday, and
Beautiful. It's really so powerful for the nervous system.
Yeah, it's really powerful for the nervous system. So humming, as much sometimes I used to find it annoying when people go around humming, to be honest. But it's actually really good for you. So
I think the whole world should be humming at the moment.
The whole world should be humming. Because and then that kind of comes into singing or playing some music. And it's just a reminder for me, because I've been so busy recently, that I haven't really been playing my musical instruments. I haven't really been singing. And so we need to do things that we love. We need to take a little bit of time out. Friends are going to the cinema tonight. I was thinking maybe that might be a good idea, to go and just forget about everything and just dive into a movie and, forget about it all. And tomorrow's another day, isn't it? And we start afresh every day, So,
and that's what I'm doing at the moment, is going to bed and being like, whatever today was, it doesn't matter. If I feel like I got enough done, great. If I didn't, that's also okay. Like, don't put so much pressure on ourselves that we're not completing stuff, because then you are trying to control something you have no control over. So we have to learn to let go of the control and just trust that, yes, not just, interested, like Alice, your message to me yesterday about Monday, you were like, we hadn't spoken Monday, and you said to me, Jo, how were you feeling yesterday? I was feeling all this, and I just started laughing, because I was like, wow, you went through the exact same thing I was going through on Monday. And then when we spoke, we laughed about it, because just remember, you might think it's just you and you losing the plot and you're going insane. You're not. This is a collective shift that's happening. There is a lot of us, that our consciousness is expanding. There's a lot of people walking this path with us now. So it's a lot. Yes. So it's not just you. So just tap into people, check in with friends, with family, with your community, even if it's 5 minutes, just to know that you're not alone. We're all here together. We are all going through the same thing as a collective at the moment. There's solar flares, Schumann resonance has gone through the roof. There's a lot happening on Earth.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So just, just be with it and ground and take time out and pause and slow down. Let go of the control. I think that's been the biggest one for me, is, my internet's gone, so I can't work for 2 weeks. Like, I'm now sitting in a car doing this, but it's okay. We just, we can't force it. I can't make it happen differently. I can't get frustrated as much as it did frustrate me. I've just like, you know what? Let go of the control. There's a reason. There's always a reason. So maybe it's a reason I just am not supposed to do my work for 2 weeks. which
Yes,
freaks me out. But maybe
and
that is the
but
case.
it always works out, you know, although
Yeah.
you can't do that, you know,
Mm.
maybe, you know, the universe is saying to you, you actually need a break from, because I
You need a
also
break.
find working on
Mm.
computers and our phones and messages and, you know,
Yeah,
things coming through,
exactly.
it's a lot. It's a lot, you know, it really is a
Absolutely.
lot. And, you know, it's quite exhausting. And I find just the energy of the computer and the energy of the phone, you know, is kind of, it's a lot. Yeah.
Mm.
So, you
Agreed.
know, if we can take time out from our computers and our phones, then even
But we need
better.
to. It's
Yeah,
important. We have to. We
yeah,
need to switch off.
yeah,
We need to
yeah.
stop overstimulating our nervous system.
Mm,
I think the only way to stop overstimulating our nervous system is by having ourselves remove ourselves from all of that and actually
mm,
just be. And I know for a lot of clients of mine, a lot of people, it's very hard for people to sit in silence. Doesn't not
mm.
I'm not saying stop thinking or don't have thoughts. No, but just to sit in
That's
silence.
asking too
Just to not
much.
talk. Like just to actually sit and be
Yeah,
on your own and not talk
yeah.
to somebody or not look
Mm,
at your phone or not look for something to do or not make a cup of tea or not go distraction.
mm,
People can't do it. Can't even do it for 5 minutes. That's how much we are so distracted all the time, for
yeah.
the next fix. And I think, these last few days have really made me, I spend probably like 2 hours now a day because obviously I've our internet,
Mm,
by in nature on my own, and I just sit
mm,
in silence. And
mm,
yes, I think about things and I think about what's going on and how I'm feeling. And yes, and I ask myself questions, but I'm in silence with me.
mm. Yeah. No, that sounds great. If you can do that and get out into
Yeah.
nature is, I think,
And
is
I know,
definitely
yeah,
the
some
cure.
people only have 5 minutes. Just take 5 minutes. The
Mm.
effects are amazing.
Yeah,
Really.
well, I felt so wonderful. I felt like I'd gone to some magical land yesterday, being out in nature, humming and just like seeing all this beauty, different beauty that I hadn't seen before. So yeah, I think that's really important, you know, to take ourselves away somewhere else, you know, maybe go somewhere new.
Mm,
You know, because when we see different things, you know, it stimulates our brain, but actually relaxes our brain. It sort of
yes.
brings us into harmony, into balance. And yeah, I mean, I always love to journal because I feel that's a way of just clearing my mind and letting go. I mean, or scribbling or doodling or drawing or, you know, whatever you like to do, but to try and come into connection with yourself, because otherwise things can really start getting out of control, you know, in the mind, the monkey mind.
The monkey
And so,
mind. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like really bringing yourself, you know, actually, you know, not everything, we always think we've got everything's going to be done today. It doesn't.
Doesn't. No. And I think when we get forced to understand, like with me, I don't have internet. So the work, everything I thought I needed to do, I'm being forced. I can't. I literally can't do it. But it's not going to change the outcome. When I
Mm,
eventually have internet, I'm going to go back to work, back to into getting my work done and stuff. But right now, I'm being forced, and I'm like, at first I was frustrated, and you're like, oh my god, I've got so much I need to do, and then I was just
mm,
like, but actually, I literally can't do it. So what am I going to do? Be
mm.
angry every day, or just go, okay, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna have to wait for them to come
Yeah.
repair the. Wow, okay. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you can't, we have no control over these things. So
Yes.
just, it's really letting go of control, especially
Yeah.
external control.
Mhm.
The only thing we have control over is our own emotions and our mental state and our physical state. That's the only thing we actually have control enough to work.
Mm,
So check in with yourselves, do things to make sure your physical health is good, make sure your
mm,
mental health is good, make sure your emotional state is good. Look after your spiritual bodies, because
mm.
we need to be making sure we have balance between all four of those parts of us at the
Mm.
moment, because otherwise we feel very discombobulated. If one goes off, as you and I know, it's happening to us at the moment. We're also feeling it
Yeah.
energetically. So if one part becomes unbalanced, you feel like everything starts feeling like it's going to shift the wrong way around. So it's
Mm,
just making sure we're checking in, doing the things like you said, journaling, doodling, doing some breaths, regulating the
mm,
nervous system, whatever it is that you use as your tools. And if you don't
mm,
have tools, message us. we've got toolboxes ready to help people. Like, there's so many tools to tap into just to help ourselves come into balance. But all four parts of those parts of us have to be in balance for us to be able to manage what is going on at the moment.
Yeah. And I think obviously connection is key. You know, stay connected with people that are aligned to you. And so, you know, in being connected, it kind of, you know, when we feel disconnected, then we feel, you know, we start going downwards. So it's really important to get connection and smile and laugh at the ridiculousness of it all.
Chaotic that's going on.
And yeah, because I think, I mean, there's so much to laugh about ourselves and incidents. Like somebody reminded the other day, I should tell you about this. So I went on this trip up to Pemutaran and we stopped off to get some strawberries. And when I went out the car, because in Bali we always take our shoes off, don't we? So when I got back in the car, I took my shoes off and I left them in the street. And then we drove off. And this driver reminded me about it. And I'd completely forgotten about it. I mean, I thought it was hilarious at the time. And I thought, well, those shoes are clearly shoes I don't need to wear anymore. And I'm, you know, walking a different path. You know, I saw it more of like a spiritual.
Yes, absolutely.
And he reminded me of it. And I was just, oh my God, because I'd completely forgotten it. And when it happened, I just thought it was hilarious, you know, and I couldn't believe I did that. You know, it's like an automatic thing. You know, we do automatic things. And that's like an automatic thing. Just take your shoes off, get it, because the car was all super clean. And I know, obviously, I didn't pick them up because we're sort of in a hurry. And so there's my pair of shoes sitting at the side of the road until obviously someone thought, oh, maybe they fit me. I can have them. But
I was going to say, they probably went to a good home.
Yeah, but it made me laugh about 5 times that day. And then I had to tell my friend who I did it, you know, who it happened with. And yeah, it's just, you know, so it's great when you have things that you can remember to laugh about as well. And some memories to really, you know, make you chuckle. Because, you know, when we laugh, we're relaxing ourselves, we're releasing, and
we release hormones, happy hormones. Yeah. I mean, your body releases all these happy hormones, and actually all of some of the things that felt so like we're literally like losing the plot don't seem so bad anymore. If you can bring some joy and some laughter, or just try and think of something that made you laugh, or your favorite song, whatever it is, you know, if we can do that when things are feeling really unstable within our lives, it does make us realize, okay, things aren't as bad. Because you come out your head and you go into your body and you're like, okay, things aren't as bad as they seemed. Yes, I might have cried all day and not known why, and just to release, and then, or felt some anger come up or whatever it is. But actually, I'm still okay. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and I'm going to feel okay.
Exactly. We lighten up and we take life, you know, less seriously. Because I don't know about you, sometimes I take life too seriously. And it's another kind of message to lighten up and just allow things to flow, and everything always falls into place. We have to remember, it always fall into place. It's just instead of controlling it and pushing it, it's just maybe just, you know,
letting it happen,
allow it to flow, and exactly.
Agreed.
Okay, is there anything else you want to share today? Or
no, just to send everybody that's on live with us, thank you for joining us. I don't know where you're all checking in from, but if you'd like to let us know, that would be really nice, so we know where in the world you are. But just we're all in this together. So whatever you're going through, if you are going through something, if you are feeling a little bit discombobulated at the moment, you're not the only one. We're all feeling it, including Alice and I. So just keep touching in with yourselves, keep just doing your work, have some practices, some spiritual practices to keep you grounded, keep you connected, stay connected to your community. And we're all moving together. There's a massive shift going on. So just hang on. We're going to get through it, and everyone's going to be okay on the other side of this.
Looks like we've lost Joe. So so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week at the same time. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.